She is an award-winning fashion designer who has designed quite a number of beauty queens from different pageants like Miss Uganda and Miss Tourism, to mention but a few.
I make sure I do enough research and know what is the best material, how best can someone model in something on stage.
Do you get your inspirations from AI or you do them yourself?
99% I create my style. I've dressed the Little Miss Global 2024. I have dressed the ambassador of the United World, that's Murungi Favor Gamba. Depending on the theme of the event, you're able to come up with something that fits into the theme, but also is relatable, it's wearable.
Let's unpack her journey as she tells us how she has managed to make it on top as a creative fashion designer. You're most welcome.
Thank you. My name is Rebecca Mirembe Chisache, and I am the CEO Rebecca Hillon House, the Kids Sewing Club, and I am Miss Tourism Budu 2022, Miss Personality Uganda Kingdom 2022, and currently I am Miss Gorgeous International Uganda 2025.
So many titles. Who is the creative designer?
A creative designer is, how can I say it? I'm basically someone who does mostly the creative wares, or let me call them the cultural, traditional, national costumes, stuff like that. So I basically do costumes, basically for the queens, the pageant kings and queens, a few models, and people who want to do photo shoots. Yeah.
So you do all creative wear from all around the world, or just Ugandan cultures?
Now that the business has grown, we're actually having some international clients that we are working on currently. So we do not only do for Uganda only, we do for any country that approaches us. Yeah, so even at the Kids Sewing Club, we are able to identify young children who love to make clothes, beading, embroidery and all that. So we are able to, teach them and create an environment where they're able to explore their passion for fashion.
What inspired you? I'm curious.
I would say what really inspired me were the childhood dreams I had, the dreams of being the best designer in the world, the dreams of actually dressing the top 7 presidents of the world, the little stuff. When we are young, we usually have big dreams. So they look like small stuff, but they're actually happening. So that those dreams will keep me moving.
They push you.
Yeah, they push me, and I am able to draw from that and able to create beautiful pieces. Yes.
Creative and designing, and how do you manage to make all those pieces?
That's a very interesting question. Well, I would say when you love something, when you put your heart into something and always seek God's guidance, there is nothing that is impossible. Absolutely nothing. Because He is the creator, and now if you're going to create, He's always there to guide you. So with that love, I have been able to create those pieces, and I do a lot of research. I make sure I do enough research and know what is the best material, how best can someone model in something on stage, yet really pull off something unique. Yeah.
And talking about research, do you have types of creative wear designs, or you just make anything?
Yeah, there are types. I would say. But as I had told you, there are those that, depending on the theme of the event, usually there's so many different themes. So depending on the theme of the event, you're able to come up with something that fits into the theme, but also is relatable, it's wearable, and it's fashion-like. It's not just those? Creative wear. There is cultural. Is that?
Yes, cultural, but what exactly?
Well, there are those that fall to the side of nature. Can I say that? Fall to the side of AI, fall to the side of
AI.
Yeah. Fall to the side of the foods we eat, the current life we are living. These creative wares keep telling different stories.
Yes, we've seen AI. AI can do anything. Do you get your inspirations from AI, or you do them from, yourself?
99% I create my stuff. And then that 1% usually comes from my clients who, go make research for themselves, and then they bring something from AI and they want exactly that. And you're trying to tell them, when you do that, there's definitely someone else who's also searching from AI, and you're going to go through the same runway stage, appearing the same, hence no creativity at all. Like you didn't sit back to actually sketch from scratch. Yeah, so there's that there's lack of creativity, and it really makes me feel sad, because oh my god, you always struggle with clients. Okay, let's create something. Okay, let's use the same idea, but
From
do something
AI.
different. Exactly. So there's always that.
How do you think AI has affected the creative design industry?
People are not able to think. People become lazy. We are actually not able to dig like deep on the inside of us to actually know you can do something. So people are always relying on AI.
Silver spoon.
Yes, exactly. And people are now lazy. They're like, I'll put in AI will give me ideas. I'll put in AI will do this and all that. Yet it's always important to actually think. Like, you get to know that, oh my God, I could do this. I could do this. You get, yeah.
That's really nice. You talked about kids that you teach sewing. What exactly do you teach them?
We usually do the studies during holidays, and we are able to teach them embroidery. That is like the first thing they do, hand stitching. Yeah. And then they're able to do beadwork. And then, of course, with time, we are planning to have our fashion shows or collaborate with the existing kids' fashion shows.
Creative design.
Yeah, whereby the kids are the ones showcasing their work. So we are looking towards that.
So, Rebecca, have you ever dressed any big clients?
Yeah, I have dressed a number of them. And I've dressed the Little Miss Global 2024. That was Michaela Amato, and we had the best national costume in Malaysia. I have dressed the ambassador of the United World. That's Murungi Favor Gamba, and we had best national costume in Dubai. And then this year we thank God, we were glad to be the official designers of the Little Mr. and Miss Africa this year. So we were able to travel with them to Egypt, and we dressed.
You actually travel for creative wear?
Yeah, definitely. Clients always put in on I want to travel with my designer. So they actually want to say thanks to that client. The ambassador of United World, Favor Murungi Agamba, they paid money. 7M plus for me to travel.
Talk about money.
Yeah. So I've dressed more. I also did Hannah Karema's talent wear that she used to perform her talent in India.
Miss World 2023.
Yeah, Miss World 2023. And then we dressed the current Miss Tourism and the former Miss Tourism, the outfits that they took to Malaysia. And then we dressed Total Miss Africa, Little Miss Africa.
The number is quite huge.
Yeah.
Have you faced any challenges with beauty queens?
Depending on the status of a person, I wouldn't call them challenges. The biggest challenge was someone getting something from AI, and they want exactly that, and then they end up being the same on stage, and they're like, oh my God, my creative designer, I told you. And I'm like, you wanted this. I told you we could play around with something and come up with something unique.
Originality.
Exactly. So maybe that has been the biggest challenge, and maybe it's a few parents who would call me via phone, and then when they're meeting me in person, they're like, you're the designer? I'm like, yeah, I'm the designer. They're like, you know what you're doing? I'm like, yeah.
What you ordered versus what you received.
Exactly. So some people got shocked when they actually met me in person. They're like, how old are you? I kept on answering that question. How old are you? How old are you? So at first they thought it would be some a big lady, fat, famous or something. Until they found me like. And whenever they won their pageants, whenever their creative wares were the best, because 90% of the creative wares I've made have been winning the specific pageants. So whenever they won, wherever they went, they were like, yeah,
this is good.
I shall come back.
So Rebecca, did you go to school for this or?
No, formally no. No, I've not been to fashion school. I've been a self-taught designer. I've used YouTube. We use Pinterest a lot to, learn ideas, how to do stuff and all that. But I got an opportunity to actually sit for the fashion exams just to get the level 2 DIT certificate. Yeah, so at Baroma Vocational Institute, that's my mom's school. It's in Mukono. So I was able to do the exams and even beat the students.
It's your mom's school. Yeah. How has family been a support to your work?
Oh my God. It has been different. Okay, at first, people always thought fashion is for the failures of the family. You know how the African setting is, and they always wanted me to either be doctor, manya engineer. Those there are
big
those
titles,
4 titles
big
they knew, and I was always pushed to that side. But I decided to choose me. I remember I even left home because of that. So I chose me, and then
You left home to follow your career?
Yeah, I wouldn't advise anyone, but I was old enough. By then I was 23. Yeah. So, but because I didn't get the support, but if they're supporting you, why not? So after doing a few outfits, winning here and there, my family started to back me up. That's when they're like, okay, we have a big person in the family. So that's when they started to come and they started to support me. They would be the ones to push me to the airport whenever I had to travel. They're like, daughter, everywhere.
She has made it.
Exactly. Even before I feel like I've made it to, big levels, but they're very happy. They're very happy. They are proud of me so much.
That's really nice. Do you have a dream of traveling outside and relocating, or maybe putting a fashion brand that side, a branch, something like a branch?
Definitely. And I also have a dream of actually studying fashion officially, formally, because I want to either go to France or Italy and actually study. Then about having branches, obviously we are working on that. We do not just want to be local designers. No, we want to be global dominating designers. So I see that it's part of my vision. It's there in my goals, I would say. So we definitely want to have branches in Africa, Italy. We want to, dress people that got to the, what's it called? The Met Gala. Yeah. I so much want to.
So where do you see yourself in a few years to come?
In a few years to come, I see I would be having finally my fashion degree. Yes, I really, really want to pursue because it's important to study. And then I see the company growing. It will not only just have, one main shop.
It's actually a company.
Yes, it is.
Does it have a license? Is it like a business?
Yeah, we are fully registered. Fully registered. Yes, it's a company. So we have, we are looking at shipping in stuff, fabrics, machines, and having a bigger space for the kids sewing club. But we also have others, big students who are learning fashion.
So currently, where do you get the material you use?
Currently, we get the material from different places. I think my number one, I would say, supplier or someone who really helps me look for my stuff is my grandmother. She goes all the way to the villages because I use banana fibers, I use manya raffia, I use various stuff, cowrie shells, like I use literally anything. So she helps me source materials that are hard for me. And then Kampala, Chiembe, Chiembe, that place. Yeah.
Interesting. And how have you gained in this business?
First of all, I would really say all the glory to God, because
Amen.
I wouldn't say all the gain to me, because if I had not actually gone for Miss Tourism, I wouldn't actually be here at all. I wouldn't be the designer I am.
It was your first stepping stone?
Yeah, it was my first stepping stone into this world of pageantry. And at first I thought it would be a one-off, occasionally, but every month. And nowadays we're even booked a year before, and now we're even getting more international clients, because we're not just dressing people from Uganda, now we dress people from all over. So the gain is so much, it's big. I have learned a lot. Oh my God, I've learned a lot.
And what is that life lesson that you've learned in all these years you've designed?
The life lesson I've learned is you need to always choose you. Choosing you is not it's not like you're being selfish, but it's more of letting God help you find who you're meant to be here. So it's going to come off like you're becoming selfish, but in actual sense you're giving back to not just you, because when you choose the world will never choose you, but when you choose you, it will actually choose you. But I was someone who was always, I didn't have a lot of friends, but now I'm like, oh, someone calls you, they check on you, I'm like, oh, okay. That's because I decided to choose me and let God do what I am actually meant to do here on earth. Because we're not just, living. There's definitely more to everything.
You talked about dressing big people, like in pageants. How do you manage to get those clients?
At first it was word of mouth, where I dress someone, then someone in the audience sees, they're like, I want that designer, they come look for you.
Recommending.
Yeah, the recommendations and all that. And then when I started to actually post on TikTok, Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, that is when now I get to a bigger audience. So people are able to reach out to me through TikTok, Instagram, like that. But of course, the first clients, I used not to get much from them, because I knew the more I have what to post, these clients will actually find me.
Don't you get scammers from social media?
I have not so far. What do you mean by scammers?
People that try to want something, but they're actually lying, or they want something for free.
Oh, I wouldn't say they come off like that, but when you tell someone a specific amount, they're like, oh, okay, I thought it would be cheaper. Maybe that's the scamming that you're talking about.
I would like us to participate in a small challenge.
Okay.
So you either choose one. Okay. You're not allowed to choose two things.
Okay.
So it goes like this. What do you like most, sneakers or heels? What is the easiest one to wear?
Of course, sneakers are easy to wear.
Not heels?
But I would love heels.
Okay. Dresses or pants?
Dresses.
Okay. Braids or wigs?
Braids.
Why? Makeup, no makeup?
It depends on the event or whatever. But, oh God.
Makeup or no makeup? You go natural or?
You must have something on you.
No. You can choose to, just like Sierra did. She does no makeup at all.
Makeup.
Definitely. Any final remarks for our viewers?
I want to first thank my clients who trusted me even without evidence. And then I also want to tell people to always choose themselves before anything. choose you, focus on you, and let God do the magic, or let God do what he does best. Yeah.
And that's it from our creative designer, Rebecca. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye.